All right, the World Cup is in full swing. We are about 2 games into the group stage, and I have a lot of conversations with my friends, and we're all talking about the dark horse. Norway is obviously a clear option. There's Ghana, there's other few other teams. But I wanted to kind of forget kind of the hearsay and ground up all of this in data, right? And so I built a platform, OptimaFlo. It's basically an AI data team. It will run data engineering end to end with AI. We can get into the technical pieces after or for a separate video, but I wanted to use this as a platform to get real answers, right? So let's get into it and let's see if we can find out who is the dark horse team in the 2026 World Cup. Now, mind you, this is in beta, but let's see what we got going on here. All right, so this is kind of like a regular chat interface. So we're gonna just say uh, for the 2026 World Cup, which team is the dark horse of the tournament, right? And then we can say rank each team, or we say rank teams. Let's say rank teams by how much they're outperforming expectations. Um, what else? Yeah, that seems like a good prompt just to get it going. I have two API endpoints. One is let me just grab the endpoint here. One is the sports API sports.io. This will get us all of the soccer data. And then I have another endpoint for rankings, and that is a rapid API. All right, so we're gonna use that. And while this is going, and basically this this platform, the AI, excuse me, the AI agents can take APIs. They can take in, cloud storage buckets, a host of different data sources. Right now, we're just using APIs, and so essentially, this is our manager. Oh, wait, let's just go here. All right, so we're gonna say, okay, before I get to connect and build, which outperformance proxy do you want me to rank the teams by? All right. Okay, so it thinks it's the cup has not been played yet, which is we can update that there. All right, so we're gonna say the 2026 World Cup is going on now. Which endpoints do you think I should use to answer? All right. So yeah, essentially, we're interfacing and we're talking to the manager, right? Think of this as your AI data team where there's a manager, the manager delegates to its sub agents. So it's like a real team working together. And so, okay, good to know it's live. Here's the shape of what I want. So fixtures, standings, and the ranking. That sounds good to me. So we'll just use that to keep it simple. So, one question so I connect to the right competition slides. Do you want me to connect to okay. So yeah, let's use all three endpoints that you recommended. Um, just for context, I'm going to give it the league. The league is 1, and the season is 2026. Now it's going through a planning phase. It has the information it needs, and it's thinking, okay, we have the endpoints. Let's set it up, right? So now the manager's delegating to an agent. The agent's going to come back and say, we need these. We need to set up these endpoints. All right. So the ingestion AI basically said, okay, I have one endpoint for you. This is the fixtures endpoint. It has a secret that I've already put into the system. It's encrypted. And so obviously this is not the actual value, but that's the name of the secret. And it has the League One and season. So I'm going to say, we're going to call this 26 World Cup fixtures. Fixtures. There we go. All right, pictures are connected. So now we're going to go to the standings endpoint. Each endpoint is a data source, right? Because every endpoint has a different data, has different data and has different data shapes. So each endpoint is its own data source. All right, so the standings is connected. Now we're going to move into the last endpoint, which is the world rankings for FIFA, the World Cup. So it's a different endpoint. It's going to require a different secret. And so we'll just wait for that new card and we will set that up. All right, so this is a different endpoint for the world rankings for the FIFA World Cup. We got the different secret, and we're just going to name this 26 rankings. All right, good news. We have all endpoints. So before building, let me verify the real shape of each source so I can design the outperformance transform against actual columns, not assumptions. That's great. So, so right now it's asking for a name of the pipeline. So we'll leave it at World Cup 2026 Dark Horse. That's fine. And at this point, it's asking for instructions. So I set this up in a way where the user is always in control and you can provide it as many instructions as you can, right? Essentially, this is for businesses or individuals working on projects that want to do data engineering but need to give more context, right? Everybody's data is different. So this is your opportunity to provide that context and say, for example, a business has revenue or another metric, for example, daily active users. You know, each business measures that differently. So this is where you can provide that context and say, this is how we measure a metric. This is how we do this. This is how we clean up that. Right now, I'm just going to leave no instructions and keep it moving. And now you can run your pipeline on a frequency. You can do it, you know, hourly, daily, weekly, what have you. We're just going to do it once. We're going to just say a manual only run. And now it's asking for approval. It's saying, okay, we have these three data sources. We have the medallion, and your destination is going to be called this table name, right? It's going to be put into a table. So we're going to approve it. And now it's going through a planning phase. It's going to say, okay, now we need to create these transformations. We have the data sources. And once those transformations are ready, we'll get to review those. We'll get to push those. So again, the user stays in control. It's not like assuming anything and wants to make sure that it gets everything right. But you have the kind of like the final say, right? You're going to approve it before it goes out. But right now we have some SQL that we need to review. So basically it's going to show you, hey, this is the silver layer, right? They don't touch bronze. Bronze is your raw untouched data. We have silver. This is basically the SQL that it's going to be running, right? So it's taking home record, away record. It might have some CTEs. Yeah, some CTEs in there. And then, so that's one piece of it. And it shows you a little preview of that data, right? So we can go and see all of that. And then my scroll's a little messed up, but we also have the cleaned world ranking baseline, which is essentially the same thing. It is the silver layer kind of cleaning. It's going through different steps. And so we have a CTE, oops. We have a CTE step 1 for cleaning strings, passing through numeric columns, filtering out missing key business fields, deduplicating. So it goes through that whole silver process. And then again, you can see that preview here. So I'm going to scroll to the right a little bit and get that approval button and see. Oh, and you have the opportunity to reject it and edit it, but we're just going to approve it. It looks good. And I'm approving it just for the sake of the video, right? A real data engineer will viciously kind of go in and make sure the SQL looks good. And so now we have the gold layer review. So it says all this is AI defined, right? This gives you a little kind of definition layer of like, okay, these are group average points, right? And this is the SQL that does that. Now, this could be a little cleaned up. The AI could be worked there. Again, this is in beta, so this is an active project, but we do have what we need as a baseline. So we have the preview of that gold, right? And then we have the SQL, and then we have the definitions that the AI is defining for us. So we can review that. You can say, hey, this doesn't look right. You can go back and tweak this a little bit. Again, there is a approval. So there's more stuff here for gold, but you have an edit and approval. All right, more stuff here to look at, but we're just going to approve it and see what we get. So we see the generated transform took about 100 seconds. Ran pipeline, that probably took about a minute. It's a small pipeline, but we know it ran. And so right now it ran the pipeline, and now it's going to analyze the data and give us a result. See, it's going to answer the question, which team in the 2026 World Cup is the dark horse? That's really what we're here for. All right, so here we go. So its prediction, or it's thinking that Ghana is the dark horse, which is fair, right? Ranking every team by how far their actual tournament results exceed their pre-tournament world ranking predicted. So Ghana is essentially 73rd in a world ranking, right? They're in Group L, but they have 4 points. Points per game is around 2. They're outperforming a little bit above average. Norway obviously is in there. USA is in there. New Zealand, Mexico. These are all valid dark horse teams. So I kind of like the way this came out. You can kind of go into here and understand why Ghana was the chosen team for the dark horse. So again, it's ranked 73rd in the world, the lowest expectation of any side getting results. Yet they're sitting at 4 points from 2 games. That's actually really good. The gap between what a ranked 73 team should do and what they've actually done is the biggest in the tournament, right? Norway and the USA are also overachieving, obviously, Norway, but they have Holland. They have a great team, solid team. The USA doing great as well. They have a good team. So I like this. This is a good result, right? It gives you the method of how it kind of measured outperformance, the name conforming, and a couple of ways to sharpen this, weight by goal difference. So you can kind of, if you wanted to go back and continue talking to the AI, you can say, let's look at the weight of goal difference, opponent strength, other metrics, other things in the API endpoints. You can keep adding things like that. So I like this. This is a good start. So yeah, Ghana won the dark horse. It's actually a solid team. Norway obviously is in there. But if you have any questions about the how I use this and what it's for and who it's for, put some comments down below. I can answer those pretty quickly. And yeah, thank you for watching.